Today on RUTV, we'll cover how to submit your smile for the 2021 yearbook.
After that, we have our year in review.
It all starts right now on RUTV.
Good morning, Seahawks. Today is Friday, December 18th. I'm Tatum Brown.
And I'm Bella Hines. The yearbook staff is working on putting together the 2021 pilot, but as we all know, traditional student photos have not yet been taken. In order to guarantee that they can include everyone in the yearbook, they need your help to take your own yearbook photo by using the HJ eShare app to upload your picture to the yearbook staff. The deadline is February 21st.
Tonight, and tonight only, there will be a holiday benefit concert held by RUHS Theater Arts. You can join their free live stream at 7 p.m. to hear all your favorite holiday tunes. Now, let's go to Karma with the biggest news in politics this year.
Hi, I'm Karma, and for the end of the year celebration, we have the top 5 most important events in national news this year. Number 1, the impeachment of President Trump. Beginning on January 16th, the Senate held a trial accusing President Donald Trump of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress, making him the third president in U.S. history to be impeached. He was accused of receiving aid from the Ukrainian government to win the 2016 election, but was found innocent after the defense argued that the accusations lacked evidence and were made purely for political gain. The trial ended on February 5th. Number 2, the COVID-19 pandemic. Declared a pandemic by the World Health Organization in March, there are now over 72 million cases of the virus worldwide. The postponement and cancellation of events caused widespread supply shortages, worsened by panic buying. The pandemic has also led to agricultural disruption, food shortages, decreased emission of greenhouse gases, closure of educational institutions, and incidents of xenophobia against Chinese people. Number 3, Black Lives Matter protests. Protests began in Minneapolis on May 26th, following the killing of George Floyd during an arrest by Officer Derek Chauvin. Protests spread to over 2,000 cities and over 60 countries, mostly peaceful, but included incidents of rioting, looting, and vandalism. Protesters created a worldwide movement in record-breaking numbers to bring attention to the topics of police brutality, systemic racism, and qualified immunity. Number 4, the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Associate Justice RBG, known as an icon of the Western feminist movement, passed away from issues caused by pancreatic cancer on September 18, 2020. After serving for 27 years, Ginsburg had been the oldest Supreme Court justice at age 77. Number 5, the 2020 presidential election. Incumbent President Donald Trump ran for the Republicans against former Vice President Joe Biden for the Democrats. The election was one of the most tense and controversial in American history, summoning the highest voter turnout since 1900. Biden was pronounced the winner, receiving the most votes ever cast for a candidate in a U.S. election, but the Trump administration has accused multiple states of voter fraud, some accusations going to trial. A peaceful transition of power is still a foggy topic for America. Now let's go to Kennedy with this year's local news rundown. See you next year!
As we all know, this year has been quite hectic. It's hard to even think about everything that went down this year. 2020 has been pretty rough, to say the least. Well, here are some of the biggest things that happened locally this year. At the beginning of the year, on January 26th, the first COVID case in the US was reported. In February, the cases in California started to roll in, and on March 4th, California was placed in a state of emergency. On the 13th, schools closed for what we thought would only be 2 weeks, and on the 19th, everyone was put on a mandatory statewide stay-at-home order. For the next few months, we quarantined in our homes, took AP tests, finals, and finished out the 2019-2020 school year. Although, in July, things for California were starting to look up. Stores and small businesses started to reopen, and it looked like life was finally going back to normal. But unfortunately, in November, cases spiked, and by December 7th, we were all put on the stay-at-home order once again. Well, that's about it for 2020 in short. Let's see what 2021 has in store for us. Happy holidays. See you guys next year. Now back to Bella and Tatum.
Are you interested in singing, acting, or performing? Well then, it's time for you to get ready for the spring musical. RUTV Theater Arts held an informational meeting on Wednesday. For more info about the Performing Arts program, please join the Google Classroom.
Remember, if you want to sign up for the baseball team and you are not already in the 5th period class, you must fill out a Google form that can be found in your inbox. The form must be submitted before January 3rd. Now let's go to Sophia, but before that, a holiday message from our very own Mr. Brandt.
Flowers. You shouldn't have. My favorite. Seahawks, the message is, while we may not be able to give the gifts we want or receive the gifts we want this season of giving and joy, please remember what brings us all together: hope, inclusivity, peace, and joy. Please share that with your friends and family as safely as you can during the holiday season. And I know, I'm certainly looking forward to, and I know all of our teachers and staff and our entire community, we're looking forward to a really promising 2021. 2020, it's been something else. I'm sure you can all agree with that. But I know there's light on the horizon and what is going to be a great rebound and a good year for all of us. Let's make sure we all get there safely in the best healthy way possible. Take care, Seahawks. Happy holidays, and we'll see you in 2021.
Hi, it's Sophia Robertson. This is your entertainment news. First off, as you may know, unfortunately, many celebrities passed away this year of 2020. Some of them include actress Naya Riviera, guitarist Eddie Van Halen, actor Chadwick Boseman, actress Kelly Preston, game show host Alex Trebek, among others. May they all rest in peace. Number 2, Hollywood supports racial injustice. During the beginning of the summer, after the horribly unjust murder of George Floyd, many racial injustice protests spread throughout this country and many countries as well. During this time, many celebrities, entertainers, Hollywood people, and entertainment companies had gone to protests and posted on social media about the importance of speaking out and protesting. Across all social media and entertainment platforms were words and messages of solidarity, as well as urging reform and action from many people in general and entertainers. Number 3, the college admission scandal and guilty pleas. Actress Lori Loughlin and her husband Massimo Giuliani finally pled guilty to paying their $2 way into college at University of Southern California. They will have to pay fines, and between the two of them spend 7 months in jail. Many people are unhappy with their sentences, as not everybody gets off as easily as them, and they felt that it was unfair. Number 4, successful award shows during the COVID-19 pandemic. Many award shows were still able to air and give out awards even during the COVID-19 pandemic with protocols in place. Some of those award shows include the Emmys, the American Music Awards, the Video Music Awards, and the MTV Awards, as well as others. Some of the common award winners across many events throughout the year include Billie Eilish, BTS, Megan Thee Stallion, Post Malone, The Weeknd, and more. Lastly, lots of new television and film came out this year. Some of the popular television shows from 2020 include The Queen's Gambit on Netflix, the new season of The Crown on Netflix, Lovecraft Country on HBO, and The Love of Euphoria has carried into this year as well. Some of the popular movies of the year include The Tenet, The Phenomenon, The King of Staten Island, and more. Well, that's all for this year's entertainment. What will next year bring? We'll just have to wait and see. Now let's go to Travis with sports.
Hello everyone, I'm Travis Wilkins and welcome back to sports. Today, I'm going to be following the theme and breaking down the top 5 events in sports this 2020. So, without hesitation, let's jump right into it. Starting off at number 5, we're jumping way back to January with LSU's win over the defending champion Clemson Tigers in the College Football Playoffs National Championship. Eventual first overall draft pick Joe Burrow led LSU to a 42-25 win over Clemson by throwing for 463 yards and completing 5 touchdowns over the course of the game. These stats gave him the Offensive MVP award for the game and ended in one of the most iconic pictures in college football history. Next up on our list at number 4, we have the Milwaukee Bucks boycott over Game 5 versus the Orlando Magic. This boycott occurred during the NBA playoffs in the bubble after the Milwaukee Bucks refused to play after the footage of the shooting of Jacob Blake was released. Jacob was unarmed and had his 3 sons in the back seat of his vehicle when he was fatally shot 7 times in the back. After such an abrupt stop to NBA basketball in the bubble, no one was sure if the playoffs would continue. But luckily, after receiving advice from names like Barack Obama and Michael Jordan, they were ready to resume play while also taking action against social oppression and police brutality at the same time. On to number 3, and my personal favorite, we have both the Lakers and Dodgers bringing home their respective championships. This was the first World Series title for the Dodgers since 1988, and the first time since '88 that both the Dodgers and Lakers brought home the title in the same year. The Dodgers defeated the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Lakers took out the Miami Heat. Each of their series ended in 6 games, but each were just as entertaining and stressful as the other. Corey Seager claimed the World Series MVP for the Dodgers, while LeBron claimed his 4th Finals MVP for the Lakers. Now, each of these teams is immortalized in LA history in a year we would have never expected it to happen. Now, at number 2, the passing of Laker legend Kobe Bryant. Bryant perished in a helicopter crash while on his way to his daughter's basketball tournament. The crash killed him, his daughter Gianna, and 7 other souls, consisting of Gianna's teammates, their parents, an assistant coach, and the pilot. The loss devastated LA and the whole sports community. And though it has almost been a year since this fatal accident, people are still mourning the loss of Kobe. Kobe was just 41 years old at the time of his death. Lastly, at number 1, the most major event in sports this year by far was the suspension of the NBA season after the positive tests of the NBA All-Stars Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. After the NBA did this, it created a ripple effect throughout all of sports. The NHL, MLS, MLB, NCAA, and many other leagues around the world suspended their seasons, just as the NBA did. This left the world without any sports for months until the NBA finally returned with its foolproof plan against COVID by playing the entire NBA playoffs in a bubble. Well, that's my top 5. Now, let's send it back over to Bella and Tatum.
And lastly, remember today is the last day to purchase holiday grams. Well, that's it for this week, Seahawks. I'm Tatum Brown.
And I'm Bella Hines. On behalf of the RUTV staff, we hope you have a great winter break and we'll see you in the new year. And remember to keep on soaring, Seahawks.